But Curtis, people know about this very public, long-standing feud that you've had with Sean Combs. So what brought you to this project?
Well, I just want to make really hit television. I like the idea of it being exciting and
to find someone who's being talked about all over the country. All eyes were on him, so to speak, and it was really interesting to see his last days of freedom, and what was sort of important to him. Obviously, there's phone calls with his attorneys, with his team. It was very interesting to watch a man who's known for his brand presence. He has a really amazing knack for marketing and all of that, and how he was sort of taking that into account and how he was coming off to the public, in the days leading up to his arrest and indictment. So that was interesting.
If you thought 50 Cent was done after that Diddy documentary, nah, he was just warming up. Now he's naming names, and word is the feds already have files open on 5 celebrities tied way too close to Diddy's world. We're talking quiet investigations, active cases, and a storm that's just getting started. So the question now is simple: who's next? The names 50 is hinting at ain't even shocking. They're people tied closely to Diddy by blood or proximity. And at this point, this doesn't feel like trolling anymore. It feels like a pattern. Let's start where the whispers keep circling back. Christian and Justin Combs. For years, folks treated them like privileged kids, born into money and access. But access comes with exposure, and the deeper Diddy's allegations get, the more people are revisiting moments they once brushed off as harmless. Remember when Diddy popped out on IG Live, laughing it up with his sons, and that white girl he suddenly introduced as Ava Baron Combs? At the time, the internet didn't think twice. Pandemic-era content, rich people doing weird rich people things. But now, folks are replaying that clip slowly. Ava's posture looked stiff. Her smile didn't reach her eyes. The way she introduced herself sounded rehearsed, like she was following instructions instead of speaking freely. The whole live stream was just shady from the jump. Ava said, "Hi, I'm Ava. I'm a Scorpio," like she on Backpage or something. And the moment she started talking too comfortably, Diddy cut her off. Quick, clean, like someone worried she'd say the wrong thing.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baron.
Ava Baron Combs? Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents that, but you're my child also. But please tell the story.
Then she vanished. No update, family appearances, or public clarification. Just silence. And the only people she was consistently seen around weren't Diddy himself or his twin girls, but his sons. That's where the side-eye really started, because once the lawsuits hit, Justin's name started popping up in connection with freak-off and essay allegations. Then, Christian got dragged into his own essay accusations. Same environment, energy, and circles. That's when people stopped calling it a coincidence. Word on the street is, Diddy didn't just raise kids, he raised proteges. And if that's true, then the question becomes, what did they see? What did they learn? And what did they participate in? And if this is the dudes Ava was rolling with, what was really happening behind closed doors? Then came that jail call. Yeah, the one that got leaked last year. That call didn't leak by accident, and it sure as hell wasn't about cleaning up leftovers. When Diddy allegedly told his son, Christian Combs, to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes and recycle the plastic, nobody with street sense thought he was worried about trash. The streets decoded it instantly. Let's dive into this. But first, listen to the phone call.
Do not entertain none of this nonsense and nothing over the phone. I'm gonna need you to get rid of all the leftover pizza boxes.
The what?
All the boxes left over from the pizza. All the boxes.
Okay.
Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about.
Pizza boxes sounded like containers. Plastic sounded like storage. Evidence, tapes, flash drives, things that don't belong sitting around when the feds were already knocking. And what made it worse was everything happening around that same time. Talk of shipping ports, containers close to Diddy-owned properties. Check this out. See that bridge right there? Those 2 massive houses sitting off to the right? Yeah, those belong to Diddy. Now look how close the shipping port is. It's practically right next door. And when you zoom in on those containers, you gotta ask yourself, could those be what he meant when he talked about getting rid of the leftover pizza boxes? What's really going on here? Workers even claim they heard kids screaming, with some going on strike instead of calling the police, which only raised more questions.
And the situation just keeps getting worser and worse. One of the dock workers that is on the port strike has come out and stated that they're not only striking because of being overworked and underpaid, but because they're sick and tired of hearing children coming in the port screaming on cargo containers.
I don't think the workers in the port strike were wanting more money because of the work that they were doing. I think they wanted more hush money to keep them quiet about what they were bringing into the ports. Diddy's house is on Star Island, which is right next to the Miami port. They saw some things, and they were not okay with it.
Then, Courtney Burgess steps forward, saying he's got flash drives tied to Kim Porter and that he's already spoken to federal investigators, allegedly.
Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
Have the feds been in contact with you? I did watch your YouTube interview. I saw as of 2 weeks ago they haven't been in contact with you. What about today?
Yes.
So they have been in contact with you. Is that why you're here today?
Yes.
Okay.
Land security.
Oh, wow.
And celebs like Jamie been vocal about recording some tapes of these freak-off parties.
So one day I flipped it on him and showed up in it was town car days. I had a town car, popped out the town car with a camera, said, yo, Puff, yo, you gotta let me film this, the whole thing. We need to document this, Playboy. He was like, yo, let him through. And I'm like, all right, I'm through. And I had the big Canon camera. It wasn't like this.
Sure, yeah.
So I had the big Canon camera with the light and the battery. Yo, do that again, Puff.
That's when people realized this wasn't just a speculation anymore, but was well layered. Now, if your ear's been down to the street, you must have heard that wild, crazy move Christian Combs made recently. Dude jumped online, threatening 50 Cent, talking reckless, saying he'd slap the F out of him in real life. It didn't come off as fearless. It came off as reactive, like someone lashing out because pressure's building behind the scenes and the docu-series 50 released. And 50's response said everything without saying much at all. He laughed, clowning him, saying he was still living off free Wi-Fi and legacy. He wrote, "Lil bro, first close your damn mouth when you take pictures. Been rich 3 different times, sold records, sold shows, sold liquor, sold power. You still living off Wi-Fi and legacy. Relax." And that's when the conversation widened, because once you look past the Combs household, the next question becomes, who else was protected? Another name being thrown into the mix, Snoop Dogg. Decades in the same industry, same parties, circles, and private spaces. According to insiders like Ali Carter, Snoop's name has been floating in serious allegations since 2020. Not yesterday, not after Diddy got sentenced, years ago. And what happened? Nothing. No investigation, headlines, outrage. Instead, he's center stage at the Super Bowl, smiling, celebrated, and untouchable.
Everybody knew that Snoop Dogg, not again, mentioned him in December of 2020, but everybody beat the hell out of me. Screw you, that can't be true. What the hell do I know, right? And then recently it just came out again that Snoop Dogg got accused of actually trafficking children. And what did everybody do? Ooh, Snoop Dogg is at the halftime. I'm going to the halftime. But we canceled Dr. Seuss. And Jemima. And nobody mad. Nobody.
And there are rumors of Snoop lining Tupac up. These rumors have always been there, that Puff might have had something to do with Pac's death. Something Pac hinted at himself when he was shut the first time.
So do you think Puffy was involved in the shooting?
Only they can answer that question. I have my own opinion, but I wouldn't slander their name like they did mine. I wouldn't say things that I knew, you know what I mean? I believe so. I do believe so. I have proved things that I could say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows.
So if that is even halfway true, someone close would have had to give out info. One dude hit hard, saying Snoop turned on Tupac, he'd been sold out. Another wrote, "I've always seen how he envied Pac. He's a snake. I never liked the junkie." Next comes Kevin Hart. Kevin's situation is quieter, but maybe more telling. He was there during the Puffy Flavor Camp era. Word is, he saw things. His old footage around Diddy feels tense in hindsight, like a man trying to keep distance without making it obvious.
That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like, just
I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And I'm
what the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid.
Fast forward to the BET Awards. Kevin shuts down after parties, makes jokes about things getting slippery, says we learning a lot about people, schedules the show on a Monday so folks can't hang around late.
No yachts, no boats, Cardi B, no pink stuff. None of that stuff.
That wasn't just comedy, that was a boundary. A message to people who know exactly what he meant. Industry whispers say Kevin knows far more than he'll ever publicly say. And just maybe, he just might be on one of them tapes doing something wild, so he better hopes it never gets out. Then there's Mace, probably one of the dude who had strong ties with Diddy. Mace was there from day one. Bad Boys Golden Era, the parties, business deals, and contracts. If anyone knows where bodies are buried, it's him. And yet he's been silent for decades. 10 years to get out of his contract. 10 years fighting for his publishing, and when Diddy finally freed him publicly, Mace looked shocked, nervous, grateful in a way that didn't feel healthy. He even joked that he wasn't used to Puff doing good things. That joke told the whole story. A man that close shouldn't be surprised by decency unless control never really left, unless silence was always the price of survival. So now, 50 hinting at Mace having testimony that could expose Diddy, not just Diddy, but a lot of folks that rolled with him, like Usher, Justin, Clive Davis, Meek Mill, Jay-Z, Queen Bey, and all those who rocked hard with Diddy. And that's the thread connecting all of this. Turns out, 50 documentary wasn't meant to tell the whole story. It was meant to crack the door, to see who panics, threatens, distances themselves, stays silent, and suddenly starts acting nervous. Because now, with jail calls leaking, insiders testifying, old footage resurfacing, and the feds allegedly circling wider than people expected, the question isn't just what Diddy did, it's who watched and benefited, and who's been praying their name never gets said out loud. Drop your thoughts below, let's talk about it, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, because this story is far from over.